Come back here again. So today we will be talking about, can a Chromebook right here, which I am using right here, can it be a Mac or PC? We will find out in this video. So my Chromebook right here is a Lenovo Chromebook C330 that I got for Christmas 2018, and it was only 1 month old then. So now we will be seeing, can it be a Mac or PC? Now it cannot be a Mac, it just can't. But can it be a PC? Now, we'll look at the pros and cons and compare it to a PC. So, one thing you do get about a Chromebook that is nice is you get built-in antivirus. As you can tell, if I go to Chromebook's website, hang on, let me load it up. Got cats joining me here. So, if we load it right, so it does run its own OS called Chrome OS. As you can tell right here, it's got, they supposedly come with built-in antivirus protection. Or built-in antivirus, so you don't get any more antivirus pop-ups. It's back. My front camera on my phone is facing backwards, which is why you can't see that very well, but it does come with it, and it also comes with other security features, and it's very instant too. As you can tell, it's pretty simple OS. Like, if I go, and it's like basically call it like a laptop and an iPad. And guess what? Your PC probably does not do. Now, bet your PC can do this, but it probably does not do this or this. It turns into a tablet too. Your PC might do this, but I doubt it does. A lot of Chromebooks do have this feature, which is very nice to see. Now, the tablet feature is not as user-friendly as the laptop one, I'm noticing. Like, it's not like an iPad quite yet. But it does also have some, but here's another reason that makes it simple. The Google Play Store, if I go in right here, let's rotate up a little bit. As you can tell, you can download legit Android apps on here. As you can tell, I have Twitter and Instagram downloaded. It's very simple. You can download whatever app you want. You can download some basic games that you would play like on your phone or something. Oh. And I forgot something. Instant tethering. I believe this is only with Android phones, but if we go into Chrome OS settings right here, sorry for background noise, it says Android phone right here. Yeah, you can connect the Android phones to it and use instant tethering, which is kind of nice. Now, this software does come from Google, and this is like legit Google Chrome. Here's another pro that it does have, which might be a pro for you, it might be a con for you, is that with the Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and most of the time the files won't store on the computer, although you can store them on the computer. And you can store files on Chromebooks too. Most of the time they're going to store onto Google Drive. And I believe you get an included Google Drive plan with your Chromebook. And if you use Google Suite, it'll come within your plan. You can also get a perk, and you can also get a perk too that gets you access to Google One. I don't understand that difference at all. Some Google services I just don't get. This is a clear macOS ripoff, especially right here, but you can also run Linux on here, which is kind of cool. This strictly is more of a relies around the web browser, but if we go into the Explore button, you can get perks right here, such as Google One and all this stuff. You get perks. Here's another pro: no bloatware. Like, you don't get any bloatware on here, and also your favorite tech companies that you use for your like PC, like Acer or Lenovo, which is what mine is. You get pretty off. You don't get any bloatware on here, which is kind of nice. This is basically just an Android speaking. This Android computer, and it is indeed compatible with Microsoft Office. And I believe there is one feature you do miss on the mobile version of Office. I don't know what that is, if that's really too important or not, but you can indeed use Microsoft Office with Chromebooks. I don't feel like paying for Office, which is why I don't have it on my Chromebook, but you can indeed do that. And Google Suite is, by the way, complete junk. Do not switch to that. And you get your regular. Now, a downside is you also do get useless pop-ups from other stuff, like for example Safari, like for example settings, account updates needed. Like right now, if we go into notifications right here, I don't know how well you guys can see that. But until it's probably telling me sign-in has changed, account update required, and it does. And I believe it was yesterday or Wednesday that I was trying to watch a YouTube video on here in the tablet mode, and it weirdly would not. My Chromebook weirdly was installing a Google Play updates, which I don't get for some apps, but you do indeed get a lot of stuff. You can't run regular Windows. Most of the time you'll be downloading apps from Google Play or using them as Chrome extensions. For example, if you're using Zoom, they'll most likely be a Chrome extension. I know there's a few other features I'm missing. I know there are some. Now, touchscreens. Of course, you probably could guess this since there's tablet mode, but most Chromebooks you get touchscreens. There's only the only Chromebooks I've seen without touchscreens are the Chromebooks at my school, which is where most at my elementary school. The Chromebooks did not have touchscreens, and they look pretty basic. But you get the Chromebooks at my. But that's actually how I first heard about Chromebooks back in 2017, and then Christmas 2018 I got this Chromebook, which is pretty nice. Another thing is instant. It's so instant a lot of times. Like for example, let's say I wanted to go ahead and get to playing a game in Google Play Games. I'm trying to see myself what I'm doing. Don't try to play with me on Google Play Games. I do not want that. Pac-Man's has a pretty good game on Chromebooks. It sounds a lot like the real one. Let's turn it up so you can hear the cool sound. Pac-Man, and get nostalgic. Well, according to my father, it sounds like the real one. I don't know how the real one sounds like. You get to that pretty fast. And get to playing Pac-Man pretty instantly. and I died. Now, touchscreen isn't as responsive as an Apple touchscreen, but it's still pretty good. And you get pretty good. And you can all. And this Chromebook costs around 400 some bucks for a 32 gig one. But since it's more of a cloud-based computer and not like a PC computer, that's why they come with such low storage options. But it can have like an i3 chip and still do just fine. Where if we use like the i5 example, the i5 is very slow on my current PC, and it's also kind of slow. Well, it's sometimes slow. My Mac is sometimes kind of slow, and that's got an i5. My MacBook Air. So the i5. But on here, I imagine this has like an i3 or something, which runs pretty nicely, since Chrome OS always has a way to make it instant because it's kind of stripped down, I guess you would call it. Now, time for the big question. Should you switch from a PC to a Chromebook? I'd say it depends on who you are. If you use Google Suite all the time for work, then I would be fine with it. Most PC, oh, here's another cool feature. You can get all kinds of perks, and you can also, sometimes you can get different colors too. Your average Chromebook's gonna cost you around like, I'm gonna say like $400 to $1,000. However, I'll tell you what Chromebook you should get, not this one. And also it ages really well too. Like, even though this Chromebook's 2 years old, it's aged pretty well too. Like, for example, still got good battery life. I charged it Wednesday and did entire days with Zoom meetings and doing schoolwork, and did some schoolwork I did today, and it was pretty, and it still got like 54% battery left, which is amazing. You also have a guest mode too, which is kind of cool. And if you're like a basic worker, and if that feature, I don't remember what feature it is. If you don't care about that feature that you're missing in the mobile version of Microsoft Office, yeah, I recommend getting one with a bit higher storage. But yeah, if you're also a huge note taker and you want to use the Chrome Canvas and the stylus, and you get one of those that are compatible with styluses like the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook or the Google Pixel Book, yeah, I recommend getting it, or an iPad Pro. Now it's great for some workers. However, if you're going to have a lot of tabs open, if you're a really heavy worker, I'd say no, because this Chromebook like gets a little bit warm just by having Google Classroom open and doing a Zoom meeting, because I do use this for school sometimes. So it gets a little hot just from doing that. So it depends on what type of worker you are, and depends on how much it depends on the files that you'll be keeping too. And also, it also might make a good backup laptop too. Now for students, most of the time you're going to be using this stupid Google Suite, and I have a video on why that's not any good and why. But if you're a student like me who has to suffer through the horrible Google Suite, the Chromebooks are pretty good for that situation. They're pretty good for kids too, and older people like my grandmother, for example, because the software is pretty good and you can easily learn it. So, and then it works great for playing too, like for Netflix, Hulu, and some YouTube, and some games too. And now, which Chromebook should you buy? this is the one to get, the Lenovo Chromebook Duet. It's a tablet. It's pretty small. This one's kind of thick, but this one's pretty small, and it's detachable, and you can get like, and it comes with a case and a keyboard case, which isn't like Bluetooth or anything. It's just instantly connects via smart connector, and you can get double the storage for only $30 more. Like, for example, the base model is 64 gig, but you can get like 128 gigs for only $30 more, which is an incredible value. If you're going to go for a Chromebook, I'd suggest get the Lenovo. For most people, I'd recommend the Lenovo Chromebook Duet. If you're a note taker, I recommend the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook or the Google Pixelbook. Pixelbook Go's got a pretty good webcam too, and you get pretty good deals of Chromebooks. Now, please follow me on Twitter, iTunes Fanboy T. Please follow me on Instagram at the iTunes Fanboy. Please subscribe to this channel. I'm sick of not getting new subscribers, so I would love a new subscriber. You may also please subscribe to Family Film Productions. Please subscribe to Theodore Mackert, my third channel. Family Film Productions is my second, and please check out my website too. Well, that's not a priority. And also like, so that way my video can get recommended to more people. And I guess that is it for this video, and peace out.